Today, we're going to be doing a little presentation analysis, a little pitch breakdown, if you will, from some of our favorite YouTubers over at Real Sales Dynamics. So you can go subscribe to them, check out their channel, but we're going to be breaking down some of their content, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get into it. My name's Taylor Armstrong. We are here to help you close more deals, generate more leads and referrals, and have a much better time in the solar industry. Welcome to the Solarpreneur podcast, in case you didn't know where you're at. We are coming up on the end of summer, so I hope you are pushing hard. I just told this to my team today in one of our trainings, and that's pretty soon we're going to have like 2 hours less of daylight. I'm selling in California. Once daylight saving time rolls around, it's getting dark at 5:30 here. So wherever you're listening to this, whenever you're listening, make sure you take advantage of every day, because trust me, things are going to change. Commissions are going to go down. Regulations are going to happen. So we need to push hard to take advantage of every opportunity we have. Okay, and so enough of the soapbox stuff. Just a reminder, if you have not left us a review, if you have not shared the show, that's the price tag of admission here. Please do me a favor, go share the show, leave us a review. Been a little bit since we've gotten a review, so even if it's 1 star, you hate the podcast, or one of our recent reviews was that I'm too monotone, so I'm trying to work on the tonality a little bit. Try to be a little bit less monotone. But hey, leave us your honest opinions, and shoot me a message if you have comments for anything we can improve. You can also email me over at taylor@solarpreneurs.com. I do try to get to the messages. We have been all backed up, so apologies if I take a minute, but we are working through those. Okay, and so again, this video, it came from our friends over at Real Sales Dynamics. I'm friends with a lot of the guys over at that channel. You got Johnny. I actually went and did jiu-jitsu with him a month or 2 ago. Their video guy, Sam, great friends with, actually trained him in solar. So I know most of these guys pretty well, and they've got some good content. It's entertaining. It's live content on the doors. But they had a little bit of a controversial video lately. So if you like controversy, you're going to like this podcast. Maybe you've seen the video. But it's entitled, "He Steals a Deal from a Crooked Solar Competitor, How to Sell Solar Better." So at the time of this recording, this was about a month ago. And it drew some attention. This video actually got shared around on some of the Facebook groups. Some people were bashing on it a little bit because he does give some misinformation in the deal. And I don't know if he means to, but he does say some things that aren't true, right? He says that it was a Sonova deal. He tells the homeowner that they will own the system after the end of the lease term, which is not true. He has a little bit of misinformation going on with the batteries, making it sound like the batteries are going to be producing power, so he doesn't need a full offset. So a couple things went wrong during this, but he does do a good job actually getting the appointment. And so the main part I want to analyze, if you want to get into all the controversy, you can go check out the video. We'll link it. You can read some of the comments, people talking about it on Facebook. It's whatever. Hopefully this homeowner got the education he needs. And yeah, we just all need to learn to do a better job, making sure we're not spreading misinformation. But today we're just going to mostly analyze the part where he is booking the appointment. He switches this over from the crooked competitor, which in this case is Vivint, apparently, is a crooked competitor. Okay, so we're going to hear some things they did as good, some things that he could, I think, improve on. Let's just hear how he switches this over. And really, I want to focus on the positive piece of that. Okay, you can go read up on all the drama later, but we're going to focus on that piece of it, because if we listen to the whole video, it is like a 27-minute video. So I'm going to skip to a few portions and we're going to do some analysis. So let's get into it.
Is the homeowner or renter, so I didn't push on to the next. Absolutely. How's it going, man? Are you the boss over here? Homeowner? Cool. We're dropping off the energy savings reports to all the owners. I just signed with a solar company last month. Oh, congrats, man. Who'd you guys go with? Yeah, they're going through permitting now. Okay. Cool. Did you end up doing the lease or the loan? Huh? You end up doing a lease or a loan? A loan. That's awesome, bro. It's a 20-year loan. Okay. Cool, bro. The only thing I didn't like about it is, yeah, my payments start off low, but towards the end it like doubles. Oh, because of the tax credit? Huh? Because of the tax credit? No, we didn't do the tax credit. Why does it double? Because my payment's going from $200 a month, they make it all the way up to $390 a month. Okay. Towards the end of like the last 5 years, it goes up. Some of that weed, did they talk to you about the tax credit? Okay. They take the tax credit because they're taking the loan. Oh, that's what it was. The lease? It was good then. Okay, so what we do, it's a little bit different. It's called rate protection program, where you don't take out a loan, no lien. You pay a cheaper rate. So there's no liability for you guys. It's all on us as a company. Yeah, that's what Vivid did too. Okay. So they're taking. That's why they said. Oh, so it goes up like the 2% every year. Yeah, 2% every year. Okay. Then you're in good hands, brother.
Okay, so it's funny here. The homeowner explains to him what he's getting, and then this sales rep, he goes on and says the exact same thing that he's getting and tries to sell him the same thing. So, of course, he says, "Oh, you're good," at the end because he just offered him the same thing. So, the lesson here is if you're going to try to switch someone over, you got to present them something different. Yeah, you can't just explain the same thing to them and expect they're going to switch over just because you're more handsome or whatever. Like, give them a reason to switch over. So he tries to get into something, realizes the same thing, and then is just like, all right, I'm out of here. So you'll hear what he does next, but he should have, at this point, you want to present them a different product, different offering. Maybe you present them a loan option, right? Because they're looking at a lease or a power purchase agreement. So you got to be different, right? And I think yeah, it shows that there's maybe a little lack of education. I don't know for sure why he didn't understand this, but it should be obvious that he got a lease. It's going up. So I'm not sure what this rep was thinking, but yeah, you got to present to him something different. So let's hear how he recovers, where he goes from here.
Yeah, you're about to say hello. Do you know any homeowners over here that might go solar? Anybody that owns a house? I'm about to switch it over.
All right. Dude.
It was like a loan.
You know we have
a 390.
You know we have a 0%, bro.
Oh shit.
He has a lease with a 2.9.
True.
Yeah.
And should we go back to him?
Absolutely.
So it's funny that the video guy has to be the one to tell him, hey, you know, we have a different option, right? And he's like, oh, okay, guess I should have gone back to him. So don't make that mistake. Get him right when it's hot. Get him right then. And he had a key opportunity here. This guy was complaining about he didn't like that it was going up. He didn't like he it was his for the taking, right? So he didn't realize that has to go back. But again, he should have offered him maybe a loan product, or in this case, they have a zero escalator option, which is also a good option. So let's hear how he recovers and gets himself back in front of the homeowner.
I used to work with Vivid, so it's only right that I
Absolutely. Save them.
We have a 0% escalator, bro. So like a 0% escalator, and it's the same program. It's called rate protection. So you're at like 18 cents with LCEC. You're locked in at like 14 cents. Never goes up. What was the monthly payment that they had you guys at starting? It was like 190 something. No, it came out to 204. So we would lock you in right at 204, and it never goes up.
Okay. So if you watch the video, it's a little entertaining. The homeowner is looking at him like, dude, no way. You're out of your mind. And I think here you got to keep these things simple because he's saying we got an option that's a zero escalator. Just remember, people are not from our industry. They don't know what zero escalator means. What does that even mean? So whenever you're talking to homeowner, simplify it as much as you can. Put yourself in their shoes. If you don't know a thing about solar panels, about electricity rates, if someone comes to you talking about a zero escalator, it's like, what is that? So I think he gets it by the end of that, but it took a lot more explaining than I think it could have. So it's like, go up, explain it, just say, hey, So I know Vivint, they showed you this option where it goes up. The reason we're getting so many people looking into this, we have an option where it would not go up. It would just stay at a set rate. So remember, you were saying that you didn't like that they went up, increased to 400 by the end of 20 years. Yeah. So with this, it would stay at a set rate, but the only thing is it is tougher to qualify for. Okay, throw in something. Because part of his problem is some homeowners, they just shut you down instantly. And especially if the sales rep before you did a good job, they're going to explain that, hey, there's going to be lots of companies coming by trying to scam you, saying this and that and the other. Most of the time it's a scam. So just let them know that you're taken care of. Okay, unfortunately, we have to do this because there's lots of people. You can steal deals, right? You got to be ethical about it. No permit poaching, none of that garbage. But you should be prepping your customers that they are going to get pitched. They're going to get presented to after you knock their door, after you sell them. And whoever sold them the first system did not do that. So this is why he's having the conversation in the first place, because this door is wide open. This homeowner is ripe for the picking. You can tell that he's not that happy with the old contract he signed, which is why he's given this rep so much time here to explain and potentially switch him over. But to make it more believable, because if you see the look in the video, if you go watch it, the homeowner just does not believe what he's saying, really. So he needs to throw in some takeaways. Like, hey, the one thing is, I know you're thinking, okay, that sounds too good to be true. You have to qualify for it. It's tough to qualify for. Throw in some neighbor examples. Right, that will help you increase the credibility. Maybe throw in a video or two of neighbors that have done it. Because if people don't believe, he got lucky. But most people, I feel like, in this situation would just been like, nah, you know what? It already sounds too good to be true. My other rep that sold me the system, he told me people will be coming, so this can't be true, and shut it down. So, anyways, a few things he can improve on. So let's hear what he does next.
With your neighbor right here, I can pop by right after and show you, just so you can kind of see like the difference. And another cool thing is with the lease programs, there's no like cancellation fees with the other company.
They're waiting on me right now, though.
Okay.
We already got a permit for the solar.
Okay.
I got the permit open on the building for my room.
Okay. So see, everything happens for a reason. Okay. Well, I can pop by right after we help out the neighbor because they end up getting solar, and they need 7 more kilowatts because they're getting 2 bills. So what we could do is
that's what they actually designed it to where they could get 100%.
Okay, good.
4 or 5 other companies that have came by, and I told them there's no purpose if I can't get 100%. So if you give me 60%, 70%, there's no purpose in me. Doesn't make sense to me to have 2 different bills.
So the other 3 companies told you that they couldn't?
It was 4 companies, and then Vivid was the 5th company, and they told me that they.
Do you know the power of the panels? They're 4. Okay, so we use 420 watt, so it's like very high end. Most companies are using 405.
Use a lot of energy. Man.
Do you have your bill on you? We can check the bill and I can pop back by. Jesus. You got a small army of children in there?
No, I got, I rented my 2 rooms out.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Is it cool if I shoot this over to my email?
Yeah, go ahead, sure.
Okay. So what we would do is basically take you out of the penalty system. So you got 11 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents, 12 cents for all your extra power. We eliminate that and it gets you right around like 12 to 15 cents. It'd be fixed, never goes up.
Okay, and another thing is, unless he's seen something I don't know, I would steer away from giving too many specific details about numbers, about what you can get them until you actually run a proposal, until you sit down and plug in the bill and everything. Because I made this mistake far too many times. I'll tell a homeowner, oh, we can get you this, or oh, we can cut your bill in half. And then sometimes the roof is bad, or sometimes they're not getting as much sun as I thought. The sun hours are low. Sometimes, they do need a panel upgrade or roof work done up there, and we can't get them as much savings. So if I were this dude on the doors, I would steer away from saying, hey, because he already mentioned that they could lock him in at 204. Now he's throwing out other claims of what he can get him. So you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot sometimes if you offer them too much, then you can't deliver because they're already expecting something. You better be able to deliver. Or the other thing that can happen is you offer them what you think is going to be great, and then in order to actually get them that, you give away all your commission and make next to nothing on the deal because you got to live up to what you offered them. So don't make those mistakes. Don't tell them you're going to get them specific savings. You can give them a range, very general range, but I would never say a specific number or like an exact savings because it will come back to bite you. Okay, but for the most part, he's doing some pretty good things here.
So you would save $100,000 pretty much over the next 20, 25 years. So it's a good deal. I'm glad I caught you right as we were out here because I'm meeting with the neighbor at 11:30. Yeah, but I just sent this over. I'll build out the design, and then we'll pop back by. You're going to be home in like an hour or two? Yeah, I will know. Perfect. Well, bro, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for the time.
Yeah. My name's Garrett.
And I'll just, if you could have the vivid proposal, I want to make sure they actually gave you the right usage, because if you sat with 4 companies and they said they can only give you 70%, and then they're like, oh yeah, 100%, I want to make sure we can actually do it. Okay. If we can't, I'll tell you straight up. Okay. That's exactly what I was told. So. Okay. All right, brother. Thanks, brother. I'll see you in like an hour or two. Look at that.
Okay, and so that's a wrap. He does a pretty good job about, keeping it real, giving them a little bit of education. Another thing, when you are setting the appointments, I would not just tell them, hey, an hour or two. Make sure you set a specific time. In this case, they've already signed up, so maybe a little less important on making sure that all decision makers are going to be there because, they've already decided they're going to go solar. But ideally, you want to give an exact time when you're going to come back, like, maybe 30-minute time window. But if you just say, oh, we'll be back in an hour or two, that just leaves it too open to where people are going to leave. You're going to come back. They're not there. So make sure you set specific time, set the expectations of what's going to happen when you come back, and then make sure you have all decision makers there, ideally. Okay, so we're not going to go through any more of this. If you want to go look up this video, we will post it in the show notes. I think starting at like 19 minutes or so, he goes back into this appointment. And spoiler alert, he does end up closing it from the video. But you'll hear a few things that were a little bit misinformed. So hopefully those were corrected for this homeowner. Seems like a cool dude, but we want to make sure people are getting what they were promised. So those are the main takeaways from this. Make sure you record yourself when you are presenting. And not only can you do self-analysis like this, but it's great if you ever have, this is something that one of my reps told me today, actually, that I thought was smart. If you are ever following up with homeowners that maybe talked to 6 months ago, if you use a software, we use Zero. Okay, you've heard me talk about it many times. This is the easiest and best way to get recordings of yourself on the doors and make it as simple as possible. But if you use a software like Zero, you can get the recordings, you can store them in folders and everything. And what's really nice about it is you can now listen to what you talked to the homeowner about. Say you're following up with the homeowner you talked to 6 months ago, you can go back to the recording, hear how that interaction went. So great for getting context for maybe people you are following up with. Okay, so hopefully this helps someone. Make sure you are selling clean deals. Let's all level up the industry. Let's not misinform homeowners. It makes all of our jobs much harder. But yeah, if you see someone that does not have a good deal in solar, then make sure you do get them a better opportunity, a better deal. But if you're going to switch them over, make sure you don't become the crooked competitor yourself. Because some things that were told this guy were not true. So he goes from one crooked competitor to maybe now not having the best deal either. So maybe we should all go switch this guy over, just show up at his house. Okay. But no, good content, and shout out to Real Sales Dynamics. For the most part, they are putting out quality content. I love those guys. So, I've said many things that I was misinformed on in the past. So this kid, he does obviously know how to sell, but we all make mistakes, and it's time to get better. Hope that helps. We'll see you guys on the next one. Please go leave a review if you have not before. And thank you for listening to the show. We'll see you next time.